full persecution and prosecutions. Available to thank everyone from all over the world grace of Paramashiva to revive Hindu civilizational nation. We received support morally, politically, and even many of them lobbied for us. I wanted to sincerely thank each and every one of you. If I have to take the names, it's a long list. Document all your names and upload it along with this session. Who are here. Who has given moral shared their time, treasure, and talent with absolute sincerity. I thank each and every one of you. Represents from Shaiva restrict itself only to Shaivism. It's going to revive all sampradayas of Hinduism. Is to tell the world one grand narrative we stand for is Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. Its spiritual science is real. It's cosmological. The science of cosmology revealed by Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. social structure of Hinduism, Varna Ashrama Dharma, is practical, livable, workable, and it is also solution for millions of problems modern day humanity is facing. Economic principles of Hinduism is absolute life positive. The economic principles of Hinduism is more focused on generating, not by grabbing or controlling or hoarding. It is focused on generating. Only if the currency is kept current, it has a value. Keeping the currency current is the fundamental principle of Hinduism, making the Hindu economic principles as livable, practical, demonstrating it to the world in every level, at least like a seed bank. Kailasa will be the model Hindu nation, like a seed bank. We have also received huge support from intelligentsia, the Brahmin community, while we were gathering the scriptures of Hinduism. Almost 1 terabyte digitized Hindu scriptures we received from almost 8,000 people who were running, who are still running various Veda Padashalas, libraries, or just family collection. The digitized version, we usually avoid accepting the hard copy because it's very difficult to transport. So we receive only digitized version, digitized palm leaves, digitized old books. We received more than 1 terabyte. I thank each and every one of you for helping us to create this seed bank. The only aim I had, all the Hindu scriptures which are alive when I am alive should not die when I die. Whatever Hindu scriptures are alive now should live forever, even after I die. This is the goal with which 25 sannyasis of Kailasa started working. I thank all the Shivacharyas, Vedic Pandits, in charges, putting it continuous. One to do by Hinduism concept of open source. Hindus have started it. Knowledge is free. We are organizing and publishing it to the whole world. Do research, study, revive. Largest thing, we may take 2 or 3 more years to complete it, because Hinduism does not have one scripture, it has a library of scriptures, agamas. Vartikas, Tikas, ever and presenting it to the world. We are a non-violent nation. All the ingredients needed for a nation, tell you, all this was possible three, observe Chaturmasya after the initiation into Balasanyas by my gurus, on behalf of me at the age of 10, had the blessings and darshan of Paramashiva. Given Yoga Pattabhishekam, Deha Samadhi in 1994. I started my public life, length and breadth of India, various monasteries, ashrams, temples. By the Sanatana Hindu Dharma and its various sampradayas. Revived. Now I am entered into 45. One thing I wanted to assure all of you, your hopes on me, your faith on me, your time, treasure, talent, invested your time, treasure, talent on me, to all of you, and reassure my commitment and responsibility. With the grace of Paramashiva, I will revive Kailasa. Full-fledged. Run by light and Kailasa and nuns, Christians and Catholics, Tibet, Buddhists. Kailasa will remain per Kailasa, not competition to India, Nepal, Thailand, or any other nation. Even if India becomes Hindu nation, it will be run by politicians. Even if the Nepal becomes Hindu nation again, it will be run by the king. But Kailasa will be run by the sun beings and nations. Is the solutions for all the pandemic. Some of the politicians for all these problems, our president is where Hinduism is not even accepted as religion. For the grand narrative of Hinduism, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. As a great heritage Hindu medicine and Hindu medical system is designed such a way can exploit man most powerful, predictable system reviving, bringing political legitimacy, social legitimacy, legitimacy, every aspect of Hinduism. To the long, fortunately, even Hindus, Hindus don't believe our Vaimanika Shastra is workable. Descriptions available. If you replicate it as per almost one and the same in Hinduism. Discipline are real. Is sincerely working religion produces most productive citizens. You can just look around. In 90 countries, including United States of America, London, United are the highest taxpayer countries, and any terrorist group absolute non-violent. Whenever they go and settle, they are absolute because of the Hindu values, Hindu principles, Hindu views and policies about life. So Hinduism is not just comfort or just teaching. Hinduism is survival need for humanity. Hindu Dharma is real, and Kailasa stands for this grand narrative. And really thank this celebration, harvest festival. Fundamentally, this festival is to thank everyone. We thank cows. We thank even the tools and equipments we use for agriculture, relatives. Hinduism centralized. Knowledge is handed over to one Varna, Brahmanas. Weapons are handed over to Kshatriyas. Money is handed over to Vaishyas. Land is handed over to Shudras. Only this four is power of any country, any society. All the four are divided and handed over to different Varnas. So, only if all four Varnas coexist, support each other, civilization can thrive. So, there is no higher or lower. There is no hierarchy. It's a coexistence. In Kailasa, we made social structure to the world. Varnashrama Dharma is not only workable, that is the for the longevity of Hinduism. Why we are not yet dead? See, there were 49 pre-Bronze Age civilization. 48 have disappeared. Only one civilization is still alive. That is Hindu civilization. The reason why the Hindu civilization survived is Varnashrama Dharma, social structure. Right understanding about the Varnashrama Dharma, reviving it, showcasing a seed bank model to the world is the purpose of Sanatana, is the purpose of Kailasa, and we are successful in it. We are successful in it. Soon, once the travel is eased all over the world, we will open our borders. We will open Kailasa for all of you to come physically and see for yourself what we did in last 25 years. As I said, at the age of 16, 1994, I received Yoga Pattabhishekam. I was born in 19 78. So 1994, when I was 16, I received Yoga Pattabhishekam, entered the public life. Now 44 over, almost roughly 25 to 26 years. Grace of Paramashiva, what we did, we will open it to all of you to come and see for yourself, enjoy for yourself, experiment for yourself soon. They are asking me, please Swamiji, reveal the location. Actually, location is in more than one place. I said, by the grace of Paramashiva, more than one countries have given us sovereign land. So we are connecting all of it with the independent sea route and independent air route. So we can present ourselves as a single nation to the world. And we also have in few places autonomous land, semi-sovereign. So we are working on connecting all of it. Once again, all statesmen from various countries, social influencers like Bollywood celebrities and Hollywood celebrities and media personalities, mainstream media personalities and social media personalities, Hindu activists. Thank you all for being here. Especially these few names I wanted to repeat again and thank. மரியாதைக்குரிய திரு ரங்கராஜ் பாண்டே அவர்கள், திரு கிஷோர் கே சுவாமி அவர்கள், திரு நரசிம்மனையங்கார் அவர்கள், திரு இயக்குனர் மோகன்ஜி அவர்கள், நீங்கள் அனைவரும் வந்திருப்பதில் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். மற்றும் உலகமெங்கும் இருக்கும் தமிழர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் இனிய பொங்கல் திருநாள் நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். I am honored by each and every one of you being here. And all the millions of Hindus, de facto Kailasian citizens, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Vivekananda visualized, Sri Aurobindo aspired, Osho worked, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi mandated, Paramahamsa Yogananda yearned, all their blessings and grace, and Paramashiva's direct blessings, Meenakshi's grace, we made Kailasa into reality. The ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. It's a vision of Vivekananda. Vivekananda is the person who visualized Hindu civilizational nation. Aurobindo aspired for it. Osho worked for it. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi mandated it. They yearned for it. With the grace of Paramashiva and the whole Guru Parampara, now, due to all of your sincere hard work and support, Kailasa is real. To tell the whole world the grand narrative, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. Aspects of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. Thank you all. And every one of you who are struggling all over the world to establish this grand narrative, Sanatana Hindu Dharma is real. I sincerely thank all of you. And all the brothers and sisters from other religions who are supporting us, who understand our struggle, what we went through in the past, the persecution we went through in the past, and who are supporting us for reviving the Kailasa. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all for supporting us, understanding us, and appreciating us.
தலை காட்டி அருவி உருவாகி ஆனந்தம் தனை மூட்டி திருவே குருவாகி திருவடி தலை காட்டி அருவி உருவாகி ஆனந்தம் தனை மூட்டி அவனியில் அவலங்கள் ஆழ்ந்துயர் தனை நீக்கி ஆனந்தமாகிட வந்த நித்யானந்தனே அவனியில் அவலங்கள் ஆழ்த்துயர் தனை நீக்கி ஆனந்தமாகிட வந்த நித்யானந்தனே ஆனந்தனே.
With this, as a living representative of Paramashiva, let's all radiate with integrity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam Paramadvaita, the state, space, powers, being. Oham Nanda Parama Shivoham. The eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatītam Gaganasadushnam Tattvamasya Lakshmam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I've added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained what is power manifestation. Everything deciding what you want. You becoming Kalpatru of your life. You manifesting all your desires into reality. Is manifestation of your life. It's a science because millions have experienced that and each one of us can experience that. Science of power manifestation is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. For the power of will, the pramanas are the evidences. Just by listening to it, the cognitive shift that happens from the logical mind to the superconscious space that we experience as reality. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures as Vedas, pure science, and Agamas as applied science. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of Aptas. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvar, Siddhas, Yogis, Yoginis, Rudras, Rudrakanyas, even emperors and Grahasthas, manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. They are the authority of Hinduism. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leelas to showcase to the world how the cognitive shift can make you manifest huge powers, becoming the superconscious being as your reality. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple, devotees, followers, initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully says, whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard is like coming to the Garbha Mandir and seeing Bhagavan himself. And when you feel the oneness with Paramashiva, he can just manifest any desire, any of your desire into reality. Pratyaksha Pramana, what happens when you manifest the powers in a scientific way? Scientific studies measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. What happens is the prefrontal cortex becomes very active, which is the conscious center, which is the cognition, which manifests all the desires into reality, the discovery, the invention, and all the greater science into the physical reality. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. For the power of will is taken from the scriptural reference Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.13. Icha Shakti Uma Kumari. Bhagavan Paramashiva says his will is the energy of Shiva. It is called Uma, the independent power of Paramashiva, and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. Beautifully, Paramashiva gives the greater science how we exist as conscious being, how consciousness is more real, and how conscious-centric is the very existential reality, how we exist on planet Earth, and how we can experience all the lokas and all the possibilities when we understand this greater science. Beautifully, Bhagavan says how we are actually the consciousness, the energy, not just the materialistic world, but we are also consciousness, energy, and frequency. Now, science is clearly telling us that the atom, the smallest particle, the matter, is most of it is not matter. It is only a space around it. So, literally, everybody has so much of the frequency in us with the space in us, emptiness. And more we think we are solidified, we are the object. We are into delusion and bound by time and thoughts. More and more we are understanding that even as an atom, we are empty space. So the whole thing is just a frequency, just what we understand through the five senses. Like right now, you're watching your television or your laptop where you're seeing all these pictures, but inside the television or the laptop there is nobody. It is the signal that receives and translates into your screen, showing in the screen what you want to see in the way you want, because it translates into that. Same way, our five senses are translating this whole world into the way we understand as our physical perceptual reality. Once we understand this is also just like the dream. In the dream, we are in any time, we are smaller than what we are right now. We see even dead people coming back and talking to us as normal. And also we travel in different time that our kids are even elder to us, and all the possibilities that we see. So same thing is what we are doing in this world also. The perception reality that we have is based on the signals and inputs that we have. If we understand the higher frequencies, right now we are driven by the fear, greed, and incompletion and all that lower energy, the lower frequency. So we are vibrating in a frequency where we could only see to this reality. If we start vibrating as surrender, as gratitude, as more and more Paramashiva is real, Sanatana Dharma is real, and expansive cognition, oneness, and deep compassion and love and surrender to Bhagavan, simply the higher frequency starts getting activated. The more and more we experience the higher energy, the prefrontal cortex becomes active. That is what Mahavakya Bhagavan gives us. Parallel universe synergy trigger happens in us, and we travel to the vertical time zone that is not outside but more and more subtler and subtler. We understand we are not just a matter at all. Even in the first place, there is no matter that exists. We are matter also, Bhagavan says. And when we start contemplating on these higher truths, just by contemplation, Bhagavan says, we'll be pulled into the greater dimensions, greater possibilities where we can manifest any reality as our perceptual reality. The perception reality starts manifesting the higher dimensions, higher possibility, Bhagavan says. All we need to do is surrender these identities, which is just like a curtain. And the sun is so powerful, which is not blocked by the curtain, but even the curtain is seen because of the sun, because of the light. Only we can see the reflection of the photon in that element and understands that it is a object. In the darkness, we don't see a curtain. So the power of consciousness, which is functioning through our five senses, makes us understand what we are perceiving. But without the consciousness, we won't even understand what it is in the five senses. And simply Bhagavan gives us the greatest signs how these great Mahatmas, avatars, and Nayanamars lived on planet Earth. Siritonda Nayanar. Siritonda means smallest contribution to Shiva. And that's how his name is. And he was the greatest Nayanar in Periya Puranam. It is beautifully narrated. And here he usually offers the food to Shiva's devotees and then only has his food. And he cooks the meal as per the Shiva devotees who come and have the food. Today there was a Shiva devotee, a sadhu came and asked for a meat of a child, and he had to cook a child. And this was like, he was not shocked, but he was surprised because he had never heard that. And simply he does not do anything. He treats every Shiva devotee as Shiva himself. And he turns to Paramashiva and says, I have only one person who will agree to cook the child is my child. So he calls his wife and tells her, we are going to cook the child. And they cook the child and bring and serve the Shiva sadhu, Shiva devotee sadhu. And the best thing is the sadhu says, you also sit and eat. He was startled, but he decided that Shiva says, I have to do, I will just be in simple integrity, I will do that also. And he sat next to him, and the food was served for him also. Then the sadhu said, please call your son now. And the sadhu was shocked, but he said, I will simply follow what he says. And he goes out and calls his son, and to the greatest surprise, the son comes running, calling, Dad, where were you? And simply to the greatest surprise, they understood that all this, what the reality that we are perceiving, is not even true. How we think all these are so live and so what we think as reality. But Shiva came down to show him that nothing that exists is true. But then what is true? The what you is perceived inside. What is that you hold, the narrative inside you? If the narrative is consciousness, Paramashiva is the reality, simply you experience that as the highest reality, and simply you manifest the greatest science of the reality. How we exist is a science. We are constantly in fear, in delusion, with all that narration that mind is giving. Mind is a processor. It puts us into different states, Bhagavan says, into the deep sleep, into the waking state, in the what we understand as a dream state. But Bhagavan says this is also completely made of the same material that dream is made of. Once you understand, you're not solid as you think. You're not just the human, what we think as only the materialistic world. Beyond that, there exists a phenomenal experience as quantum physics. When we understand that we are quantum, we are consciousness, and we are simply empty, and Paramashiva can simply manifest through us all the greater signs, fulfilling our outer desire to the extreme possibility and fulfilling inner desire of experiencing the living enlightenment civilization as Sanatana Dharma, experiencing that and physical reality. Bhagavan beautifully speaks in the Atma Pramana in more depth.
I can translate his silence into words and deliver. Understand? I was expanding on the concept of nation and desha. When decision makers, whether in the field of business or ruling, when decision makers are out of fear and greed, it is all about producing in mass and sharing it with the world. When the decision makers are caught in fear and greed, then it is all going to be about possessing and controlling. Wealth handled with incompletion will lead to possessiveness. Power handled with incompletion will become controlling. A powerless man, when he is given power, he will only be controlling. A poor man, when he is given wealth, he will only be possessing. Poor man does not even know how to live with wealth, I am telling you. He will just make a big go down, iron go down, thin sorry, thick walled iron godown, put everything inside and lock it and sleep on it, that's all, and die. And is this the purpose of wealth? And whole life he spent worrying, will anybody know what I am keeping under my bed, and will anybody steal it? A poverty conscious man, even if he stumbles upon wealth, he can't live. Poor man, incomplete man, even if he sees wealth, he is not going to enjoy it, live it. He may possess it, he may not live it. Same way, a powerless man, frightened, fear-based person, even if he is given power, he will only be controlling it, he will not be expanding it. Person established in completion, in the space of completion, even if he does not have wealth, he knows how to create and live. Person based on completion, even the small powers which is available to him, he knows how to enrich people with power. Enriching people with power. Completion based lifestyle, I'm telling you. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Have power. And go on empowering people with power. And I tell you, in whichever field you empower people, you will be becoming more and more powerful. Only by producing more musicians, you will become a great musician. Only by producing more dancers, you will become a great dancer. Only by producing more doctors, you will become a great doctor. Only by producing more rich people, you will become a richer person. Only by producing more leaders, you will be a great leader. Only by producing more enlightened beings, you will be an incarnation. Empowering people. Empowering people. Empowering can happen only if you feel powerful, complete inside. If you feel incomplete, empowering does not happen. I tell you, life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. I think this is the punch statement for all of you today. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Life has no hypocrisy. When you are authentic in empowering people, you will become more powerful. When you are authentic, enriching people, you will be more enriched. No, I'll believe all this, but practically I know if I make him big, he will become big and I'll be small. This hypocrisy will only make you smaller and smaller, because life responds authentic way. Life has no hypocrisy.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained how life has no hypocrisy and life is always authentic way it responds to you, even if somebody is giving us no impossible timelines. Here, beautifully in Shakshi Pramana, you can see the Vasudeva Aya. He has said, Swamiji, with your blessing, I heal the following old lady was not eating any food because her tongue was tasting bitter. As soon as I gave her healing, she ate the food and it didn't taste bitter. Not just changing the taste of the food, he was able to heal a person and also give her the food. The extraordinary possibility that exists in each one of us when we are in the oneness space is so beautiful. Not just in the 40 minutes of manifestation, you experience the ultimate, but also what you experience in power manifestation session the whole day. You are in the conscious space, manifesting all your desire into reality, all the possibility into reality, and all that you want in the inner world and outer world becomes so real and so clear, and without any confusion and chaos that you're running around. It'll just settle down and make you understand Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Sit, just put away your gadgets for a few minutes and sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva to your third eye, bring listening to your third eye in deep listening, and unclutch from everything that you know as the materialistic world, including your body and the mind, and surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Any thoughts that are coming again and again, surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real, and again hold the space, the inner space which keeps on pulling you into so many directions. Tell very clearly how you get into the deep sleep by just thinking of something and you fall into the powerless space. Same way, chanting the Mahavakya, and Mahavakya, Bhagavan says, you're chanting that you are ultimate, you are auspiciousness, and you are attracting more and more auspiciousness. That is what you are chanting by chanting the Mahavakya. And when you chant with a deep listening, that becomes reality. And constantly, when you chant that Mahavakya, surrendering yourself to Bhagwan's lotus feet, because again and again, when the thoughts come, when you surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet, he raises you to the superconscious space and makes the manifestation happen through you as ultimate. That is getting dissolved into Paramashiva, getting disappeared into Paramashiva in deep gratitude and oneness. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya, entangling with Bhagavan for a few minutes, experiencing the power of will. You can arrange any of the taste items in a plate and write down what it has to be changed into. And clearly you mention like a haritaki to become sweet, or your chakra pongal, whatever you made for pongal, you can keep it and make it more sweeter. Whatever you want to write down, even the juices that you want, you can keep it, or water you want, you can keep it, and write down what you want it to become, and put away everything, take a picture, put away everything, and then start chanting the Mahavakya, completely dissolved into Paramashiva. And whatever Paramashiva gives is a prasada for us. So let's offer to Paramashiva and experience the oneness with Paramashiva, chanting the Mahavakya from the navel center with a deep listening. Let's start.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pore, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So beautiful. Whatever you have experienced as prasada, please go ahead and taste different items that you have offered as Naivedyam to Bhagwan. If somebody else is having the whole thing, the food item, and you are changing the taste, please call up your partner and you can ask them if they have received any taste difference or any materialization or the food becoming different context, like it can become hot or cold, whatever you experience. Or some have said that they feel suddenly very full or empty, even experiencing that. Whatever Paramashiva has shown you in the context that you are there, please go ahead and make a note of that. We'll have one more cycle. We can experience all this and beyond. These small workshops that Bhagavan is giving us to manifest is to make us understand that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. We are nothing but consciousness for Paramashiva to manifest through us as reality. Again and again, surrendering ourselves to Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude and deep oneness that Paramashiva, please go ahead and manifest whatever you need to manifest. And I'm simply understanding that I am not just the solid as I think, I am also the energy, the frequency, the consciousness, Paramashiva. Again and again, surrendering our identities at Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude, we can experience the greater reality. Bhagwan beautifully says when the Tirupati Laddu is eaten and when they make it, it's completely different. And when they go and offer it to Venkateshwara, and the taste completely becomes very different and it is so delicious. Same way when Bhagwan gives us Maheshwara Puja, even if we add little salt in our food, it will become messy. But Bhagavan mixes everything in any ratio, but still it tastes so delicious. It's because Paramashiva blesses it, life becomes so delicious. Again and again, Bhagavan reminds us when we are in the oneness that even our five senses could experience only because Paramashiva is real through us, and because of that, we are experiencing Paramashiva. And holding this as our ultimate space, again, let's have few food items that as Naivedyam, and either you can have it or somebody else can have it. All you need to do is unclutch from everything and experience the oneness with Paramashiva. The second cycle, let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line and chant the Mahavakya deeply. Not just listen to the chanting, but chant with it and then listen to your chanting. It's very important where how you experience, just suck into that Paramashiva space, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi that Bhagavan says, you can experience that just going beyond your body and mind, experiencing in the deep gratitude and deep love and oneness to manifest the powers of will. The will is a persistence. Again and again, holding that Paramashiva is real becomes power, Bhagavan says. Will is not power. Will is persistence, which becomes the side effects as powers. Holding that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real, Sanatana Dharma is real. Hold that powerfully inside you. All of us collectively, let's start chanting the Mahavakya with deep listening to manifest the powers of Paramashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam
Beautifully, whatever you have experienced, verify the taste now. You can eat the food and you can see how the taste is different, and you can share in the social media. Like Bhagwan says, when you enrich 10 people, you experience the greater reality. When you experience more and more, you enrich more and more people, you experience that as your greater reality. The inner space listens to your words much more than anybody else. So that's why Bhagavan says, enrich and cause others reality with all this greater truth again and again. Let's surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet all the powerful cognition, power manifestation in deep gratitude, thanking Bhagavan, thanking all of you in all the social media, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. With a deep gratitude, let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much. See you in the next after darshan or satsang.